honest, you would think that the Bliss fag there would have kidnapped her first, but
the show.
Fuck!
Yeah. Sorry.
It's over.
It's over. Just give it up. But anyways, we're still live. Still live. As we were just going over while we were muted for like a full 2 minutes. Sonya Deville, the wrestling legend, attempted kidnapping by an incel king, as we like to call him in the incel community. Just despicable. You know, get some better taste, man. She's not even straight. She's a lesbian. She's like a pronounced lesbian. She's never gonna fucking have sex with you. You can probably find a girl who looks just like her down at the Curry Market, and you can pick her up for $5.50, and you'll have a great time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, she's just some kind of disgusting, like, butch lesbian there. I'm surprised somebody didn't kidnap Mandy Rose or Alexa Bliss because of the weird fandoms around those two, but I guess... You know, the real crazy people are the ones that would find Sonya Deville attractive, so we shouldn't really be surprised.
Here, I'll post a photo of the guy, because he looks like Hornswoggle.
Oh, fuck.
I'll post it in the chat.
Are you putting it in the YouTube chat?
Well, I'll post it in I'll send it to you quick, and then I'll post it to you as well.
Right.
Let's see if I can find it. And I'll put it up on the screen quick, too.
Oh my god, it is Hornswoggle. Are you sure that isn't Hornswoggle?
He's a little bit taller, but yeah, that looks fucking exactly like Hornswoggle. There he is in all his glory, joining us tonight. Exclusive interview. The man who attempted to kidnap Sonya Deville is here.
No, but I mean, really, that looks a lot like Hornswoggle. Like, a lot. Like,
it's Swoggle.
It's like his twin.
Yeah.
It's like his twin.
But yeah, no, this loser just decided, yeah, I'm gonna try and kidnap a female professional lesbian wrestler because I got nothing better to do on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. On the Lord's Day. On the Lord's Day, too. No, one of her neighbors called the cops because she saw him break in. He didn't even cover his tracks properly. He, like, was so unstealthy that, like, her neighbor called and, like, said, yeah, some guy just went to this person's house. Looked kind of creepy, like Hornswoggle. You know what he should have done? If I was him, I would have gone to the Amway Center and, like Hornswoggle, underneath the ring I would have hid and waited for the hair versus hair match and then just crawled on out and scooped her and ran away.
Jesus, man. Oh, no.
He is in pretty good shape, though, relatively speaking. Like, he's not, like, super, like... He looks like Hornswoggle. He's probably short like him, too. But, like, he probably could have gotten laid if he tried at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's us there, you know?
Exactly.
But,
you know, just go after someone else, dude. Get out a little bit.
You know, you may not be able to get Sonya Deville, you know.
But.
Oh, wow.
Listen, gentlemen, if you're ever thinking about kidnapping a woman, please don't. There's a million other fish in the sea. There's plenty of women who will let themselves be kidnapped by you. Trust me. Go for them. They're the ones you can get.
How would you know this, Ghoul? Have you been breaking your vows of wizardom?
No, for me, it's always an incel. But, you know, for many other men who look like Hornswoggle, I think you can find the people who are into that type. Find a female wrestling fan probably would be down for that. Like, she could pretend like, you know, she's, you know, Vince's consort or whatever. You know, there's plenty of things that you could do.
Yes. Things that we will never experience.
Just
Sad.
Don't do it, man. That's all I gotta say. There's better things to do with your time. There's better ways to get internet famous too. Although I'll say this, I think that the man, how would you rank this ranking? Who is more disgusting, this guy or Ethan Ralph now? This week.
Yeah. I gotta still say it's probably Ralph. I mean, this guy didn't do anything to me personally, but Ralph's sex tape has scarred me for life there. You know, it's scarred thousands of people for life. Many people will never recover from that trauma of seeing the fucking Gunt jiggling there.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to go into it too much here. I just wanted to bring that up. But yeah, let's get into the wrestling review. It's been a while. been almost a month, everyone. We can finally review this week's AEW Dynamite, and we can review next week's AEW Dynamite too, because it's been spoiled online, bitches.
No!
Woo!
No!
Yes!
Not the spoilers! No!
Spoiler, bitches! Major debuts incoming! Oh, who could it be? Who could it be? I know!
Oh boy. It's gonna be some exciting stuff there.
I'll tell you what, one of the debuts I've met in person, so I kind of want to talk about it, but...
Alright, well tell me about the debuts. I don't give a shit, really.
Let's just get this out of the way. Spoiler alert, if you want, don't care, mute this screen for the next 3 minutes. Okay, debuting this Saturday on TNT television in the Brody Lee versus Cody match. Brody Lee wins, thanks to interference by the Vintner, Eric Rowan! He's back!
No!
Yes!
No!
Yes! The Eric Rowan, who I met at a Flogging Molly concert. A Dropkick Murphys concert.
Vintner.
Yes!
Come on!
He's gonna have the little cage!
We don't want the WWE scraps. We don't want them. Come the fuck on.
Listen,
Come on.
all I'm saying is, I met Eric Rowan at a Dropkick Murphys concert in Minneapolis. I went up to him and said, "Hey, it's Eric. I know you. You're Eric Rowan." He said, "Yeah, it's me." He stayed for one opening act and then he fucking left. He came for the weird guy with the acoustic guitar. Didn't stay for the Dropkick Murphys. To me, he'll be bass forever. So I'm happy because I like Eric Rowan. But this is kind of pathetic. It's like, it's a little TNA. It's not just a little TNA. It's a lot of TNA.
It is. Who's that there in the impact zone, Taz?
It's Rowan!
Literally like
It is.
It's Rowan! It's the Vintner!
Yeah.
Come the fuck on.
Oh, no.
Is there anyone else?
Yeah, a couple women debut, I guess. I could pull up the full list if you want, but that's like the big one is the Eric Rowan debut.
That's the big one?
Well,
The big
it's not a pay-per-view, so I don't really give a shit too much, but like, yeah, that's their big, like, shocking debut is the Vintner.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I honestly...
It's just me. I'm a huge Rowan mark. He's my boy. So forever, I will care about him.
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
Let's see. Thunder Rosa debuts, and so does Nicole Savoy.
Who cares? The women's division's fucked.
Yes, it is. I don't care.
It's really fucked. There's no way. Like, I think they ought to just fucking... But they're expanding it to tag titles.
Why? Why do the women have tag titles right now? There's not even enough women to have a good singles division. You don't have enough women for a tag division. If anything, they should have done a
WWE doesn't have enough for a women's tag team division.
Yes. Oh,
Do you know?
I agree. They don't. They don't have enough for a tag division. So their fucking tag division's on the 2 world champions right now. You know, it's like, it's a fucking meaningless belt. It's a waste of time. They should have just done men's trio belts. That would have been a much better use of their time. But I guess, you know, at least it hasn't been on television. It's all been, the show's been entirely on YouTube, so I don't have to watch it. So I appreciate that. But still.
I think even they know that their women's division is the shits, and they're just like, yeah, it's over.
They have to know it's over. Well, it doesn't help. Like, almost all of their, like, good female wrestlers are fucking injured or out or in Japan stuck. Like, they have nothing. They have Sheeta, and that's it. That's all they have. Sheeta and fucking, I guess, Nyla, but she's not even fucking good. Awesome Kong's injured.
She's not good.
Fucking Chris Statlander's injured. Britt Baker's injured. You know, like, who the fuck is left? Like, that was like their entire division.
Can somebody tell me the last time Awesome Kong even wrestled?
Like, a couple months ago? Like, it was like right before, like, the Revolution pay-per-view. It was like they were, what was it, the fucking Nightmare Family? Like, there was a point where they wrestled.
Like I haven't seen Awesome Kong wrestle in 7 or 8 years. I don't know why that is, but
I think she wrestled like last December or November or something, but it was like last year for sure. And then she was
she has like these one-off matches. Like, isn't she like in her mid-40s or like 50s now?
Yeah,
like,
she just has a name. She's not even that good of a wrestler anymore. She just has a name.
Yeah. Like, I remember, like, in 2007, she had some really good matches, but, like, that was 13 fucking years ago.
Yeah, and she's...
Fuck me.
And she's not in, like... She's, like, she's a big fucking woman, so she's not gonna be, like, able to, like, continue to go at her age. It's like fucking Mark Henry wrestling now. It's, like... No, it's done, but that was, like, their biggest star in the women's division, and they've got fucking nobody now. But who cares? The women's division is dead. I don't care. I guess they're going to debut Thunder
Where did
Rosa.
Where did Tessa Blanchard end up? Did anybody know what happened to her?
Probably show
She's
up
gone.
at fucking SummerSlam or something, or NXT or something.
Did you hear she tried to hold up TNA for $50,000 to return the world title?
Dude, what a fucking mark. What a scumbag. It's
You know,
like, oh wow, no, $50,000. We can make one for $500, bitch. Well, we don't care.
You know, they don't give a shit.
It's a title. They can just make a new one that probably look better.
That's probably why nobody's hired her, is because she's a fucking retarded dumb bitch. Unfortunately.
Schlack versus China dream match. I'd watch Schlack versus China. That'd be pretty based. You know Schlack?
It would be.
You know Schlack PPP?
No.
He's the neo-Nazi wrestler who wrestles in GCW.
There's a neo-Nazi wrestler in GCW?
Well, he's an ex-neo-Nazi wrestler. He's ex, but he's like a deathmatch wrestler. He looks like so he looks like a cartoon character where like someone just drew pecs and like arms, but like no abs. He's weird looking.
Okay. Well, that's something there. All right.
But yeah, no, Tessa's fucked. I don't care. She's gone. Who cares? Who cares about Tessa fucking Blanchard? All right. Let's get into this week's AEW Dynamite, August 12th, Wednesday, headlined by Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy, but opens with Young Bucks versus Dark Order, part of Tag Team Appreciation Night. I don't even remember this match because it happened so long ago and I've been busy, but I don't remember like not enjoying it. I thought it was just okay.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. As soon as I saw Uno and Grayson come out, I go, they're losing.
Yeah.
You know, like
even though they won last week, that's just because, you know, fucking interference and Brody got the pin.
Like, the only way they can win is if Brody Lee is out there. And okay, they won a bunch of matches on Dark that I never saw.
Yeah. But
every time they're on Dynamite, they always lose.
It's true.
And so I don't take it seriously anymore. I don't consider them this threat that's going to take over AEW.
No, most of the Dark Order's jobbers, I think, especially with Evil Uno, he's pretty much a comedy jobber. Stu could probably be rehabbed into a singles guy, Stu Grayson. Even though he's short, you could probably rehab him because he's pretty good and he's got a good look about him. But Uno's, I mean, I like Uno. I think his funny back breaks are good, but he's fucked right now. Like he's just done for me.
He has like 2 moves and he fucking, I don't know, I guess he's okay on a microphone. I guess he's okay.
He'd be a good, like, better manager for the rest of the group. But, I mean, like, they had it, move-wise, it was a fine match. Like, I thought they had some good tag team stuff and there was some good back and forth. But I just didn't believe that the Evil Uno and the Dark Order was ever going to win. Unless they're setting up for a tag title. But because they just lost their tag title shot a couple weeks ago. So it's like, they're not doing that again. So fuck off.
My biggest issue with this match was that commentary tried to sell it like it was one of the greatest matches that has ever happened on this earth. And it was pretty basic and plain. It was okay.
Yeah, it was all
but
right.
This is not a 5-star classic match.
It's like
and you have like
3-2 maybe on a bat. It depends on your opinion, but 3 or 2 star I would say. It's not great, but I didn't find it annoying.
No way. There's no way you can give it 4 stars. I think it's like a 3-star match, and that's what it is. Like it's not.
Which is what I expect from a television match. Usually, I expect like a 3-star match that forwards the story in some way. I don't need like 5-star matches on TV, but don't tell me it's a fucking incredible match. Just like let me enjoy this okay match. It's fine.
Yeah, I just didn't like how much JR put it over. How much Taz put. What?
I agree. You're right. I can't disagree.
Other than that, it was fine.
Followed up by the MJF entourage thing. Comes down to the ring. Let's see. And then they did an interview with Kenny Omega and Hangman, where he said that Kenny said the Young Bucks were his favorite team of all time, where Hangman said that he and Omega were his favorite tag team of all time. So, more dissension there. Probably Kenny's going to turn heel at this point. I think that's pretty obvious. Although Hangman might join FTR or whatever, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, and then there was the address from MJF.
Yep.
This was it was decent.
It wasn't the best MJF
promo,
I thought. And I think that the way they had the camera set up was a little awkward because I think it was 2 I think he laid down in the wrong position because they kept zooming like above his head and he wasn't fully centered in frame the way for like the upper head shots. And it was like that was kind of the idea they're gonna go for. Is like he was like be in the middle of the ring. He was be like talking up to the heavens, which was us, the audience, looking down on him. But you know, it just like the way it was it was a minor technical issue, but it was on a show with a lot of issues like that where like positioning was off, especially later on. But yeah, not a technically well directed show this week.
No, and I don't understand why. Like, they should have the money to fucking hire people who know what the fuck they're doing. And they've been doing the show for fucking a year now, right? Like, fucking nearly a year.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no excuse at this point. I'm starting to really worry that the company is devolving into, like, a TNA tier kind of fucking fed, where it's just going to be, like, a bunch of ex-fucking WWE employees who weren't good enough and a few indie guys who basically make up some sort of X Division type shit. It's kind of worrying to me. I don't know. This promo by MJF was good. MJF always cuts at least a halfway decent promo. But, like, people who try and say it's, like, the greatest fucking promo ever or he's so great, like, I just don't see it yet. I feel like he doesn't actually get real heel heat from me. Like, I don't actually hate him. Like, I like him.
I like him, and too. I agree. He's not a... He's a... I agree. I think the thing is with the fans that they have, if there was a crowd there, they'd probably be booing him really heavily. But... Well,
they had him do a lot of things that would get him heat with the AEW audience. The telling the girl to smile.
Yeah.
The fucking, like, pushing the black guy. Things like that would get their fucking social justice audience pissed at him. So I could see why some of them might have legitimate heel heat with him, but I just think the majority of their fans are such smart marks that he's the baby face and Moxley is the heel. And
that's kind of what he's saying, though. That's kind of what his like promo was about, is that he deserves to be champion and Moxley is holding on to it when he doesn't fucking need it. You know, so maybe that's the idea, is that, well, people can root for MJF then because they can listen to his promo. But I agree, it'd be better if he was a pure heel, just, like, being a total dick. But the problem is, even if he was a complete, like, dick, he's too entertaining on the mic to be anything but, like, kind of like a quasi, like, Ric Flair style half heel, half babyface, you know?
Yeah, this is the issue with him, is he's too entertaining as a heel.
Yeah.
He needs to maybe dial it back a little bit, you know? I don't know.
I agree.
But, you know...
I mean, whenever he comes on screen, all my friends who watch with me love him. Like, he's one of his favorites. Like, they don't even, they'll hate on the other, like, actual heels. But him and Jericho have the same problem where they're too entertaining consistently for them to actually, like, dislike them or want them to lose.
Yeah. And I think that, I don't know, it's probably not a real big problem, but just in the way it's supposed to be, you know, it's a bit of an issue.
I think with the
only thing I really...
Go ahead.
Yeah. The only thing I really didn't like was the whole, like, as soon as he said, go to the, what the fuck? What did he say exactly? I forget what he said, but go into the crowd and stop him. I knew he was going to come out the stage, and it was so telegraphed. It's like, come on, like,
you knew it was going to happen, like, immediately, and it took a couple minutes for it to happen, and then it did happen. And sometimes that's a good thing, but I actually kind of agree. It was a little bit too drawn out then. Like, it should have been like, you know, he comes out, then like a couple like seconds later, it's like, come on, go get him. And then he like turns around and he's right there kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, and also, like, they should have been able to make it back. Like, Moxley was beating the shit out of him for like a good 2 minutes there.
Yep.
Like, are you telling me Wardlow didn't like immediately start sprinting back?
Yeah, Wardlow's fast.
Really?
So like he should have been able to get there quick. But maybe he wasn't sprinting there because he wanted... Maybe, I guess for the other employees, maybe they want MJF to get beat up secretly. But yeah. Wardlow should have been back there.
Maybe we're underthinking it. And the truth is that this is part of their master storytelling with the slow burn of the Wardlow turn on MJF.
Slow burn!
Oh, the slow burn. All right.
Let's see here. But... what was
Matt Hardy interview?
I hope to God that this, we didn't get to talk about it, but I fucking hate this, like, Matt Hardy being really Matt Hardy shit. Like, it's not good. Like his promos have been shit since he started doing it. I hope this is like a gimmick to work into something else or whatever, because just playing Matt Hardy isn't as interesting to me as Broken Matt or one of the other characters he could do right now, or a new character. Like,
I'm done with this fucking Matt Hardy. I'm done with all of Matt Hardy, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I think what they ought to do is put him on the shelf until a crowd comes back and reboot the Broken shit.
Probably. Or just had them do the fucking shit at home. He was doing most of his stuff at his fucking house with, like, the promos with Senior Benjamin and shit. Like, most of his Broken Matt stuff in TNA wasn't even in front of a crowd. It was, you know...
Yeah, have him do goofy fucking vignettes with Senior Benjamin and fucking shit like this.
And then there's no reason for him to fly in. He can just keep filming in his house, you know, he get some people together back there. There's no reason for him to fly in. It saves him the money. It just would make more sense. I don't know why they didn't, but it's just how it is.
I don't know. I kind of liked the segment where he was bleeding, but the bleeding wasn't even planned.
No, it was a fucking... I don't believe that. I'm pretty sure that's a work. I'm almost positive. The way that cut came out, I'm almost positive that was a blade job. Like, if you look at the replay, he had his hands up. It didn't even come in close to his face. It's a fucking work to get heat on Sammy. It's not real. I'm sorry. It's not real.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I liked the blood thing. I liked that they didn't just throw Sammy under the bus, that they have brought him back. Mm-hmm. They didn't fuck him over, which is good. But it's just, I don't really care about him versus Matt, and I kind of hope Sammy goes over. I think that Matt Hardy has had a problem throughout his whole career where he's just not really that interesting. He was always kind of the second fiddle to Jeff, and it wasn't until he started doing the Broken character that he really transcended that status. Like, when he was in Impact in, like, 2010, 2011, it was fucking dire. Do you remember when he was like Fat Hardy and he was fucking, he had like the ice pick finisher?
Yes.
And he was like the world champion for like a month or something. Like, fuck.
What a
I'm
run.
getting like,
That's
what I'm getting flashbacks to. I'm getting flashbacks to like this serious like version of Matt Hardy that's just not very good.
No, he needs to be... He had a good thing going, and then it kind of got trampled, and now he's trying to go back. I hope this is just like some kind of storyline shit, because I'm willing to give it chances. I'm a kind of guy that you can beat me 1,000 times, and I'll come back watching. I still watch the WWE pay-per-views. I'll still watch wrestling in general. I'm a battered housewife of a wrestling fan. So if you can do something good out of it...
I've been burned how many fucking times, you know? And even with Impact, I've been burned so many times... And I still give them at least 2 chances a year.
Yeah.
You know? And they fucking burn me every fucking time I try. So I don't know. With Impact, I've kind of wrote them off. Same thing with Ring of Honor, but...
Oh, Ring of Honor, fuck Ring of Honor. Ever since I went to the G1 Climax in New York, the Madison Square Garden show, which was just like a fucking disaster of a show. Like, I mean, like, the New Japan matches were okay, but even those weren't that great. And, like... the fucking length and the fucking terrible Ring of Honor matches there. It was like, that was like the death of the company. It was like their highest peak. It was their peak in terms of attendance, in terms of like design, in terms of display, in terms of being in fucking Madison Square Garden. Like, it's like, it should have been like their height. It should have been like their renaissance, like move on to the next level. But instead...
But they were like Icarus, who flew too close to the sun.
And they decided...
And
we
were
really...
overhyped.
We need the fucking beautiful people debut on the main card. That's what we need. Suzuki and Liger in the fucking pre-show. Beautiful people. That's what I'm talking about. Give me some of that shit. Matt Taven,
Let the
bitches.
pigeons loose. Let the pigeons loose. Go. Come on. Was Taz there to yell it out? Fuck.
No, he wasn't. There was no Taz. No, nothing cool. It was just
do
like... nobody even knew who they were. Like, everyone there was like a fucking New Japan fan. So they come out as like, who the fuck are these people? Who are these beautiful people? It's like, oh my god, it's the beautiful people! And nobody else knew.
This, though. I'll tell you this. Wrestling right now is actually so shitty that I would actually sooner watch like 2010 Impact.
Oh, it'd be great. That would be awesome. 2010 Impact had better ratings than like half of these shows right now. Like, more people were watching it. 1.5 million viewers?
We were watching it and we would shit on it, but like, I think it's better than the WWE product today.
Oh, yeah. Much better than WWE, probably better than AEW on some nights. You know, like, where's my August 12th warning? Or is it the August 15th warning?
Was it August 8th or August?
The August 8th warning. Where's fucking
August 8th warning?
Tito Ortiz?
Ken Anderson is scratching his head. He's what?
I met Ken Anderson too. I went to his wrestling school once and trained for like a half day. He's a cool. Yeah, I did. Yeah, him and
you know that my favorite wrestler, like when I was a kid, was Ken Anderson. Was Mr. Kennedy?
No shit.
Like I started watching it like as he debuted, and he was like the first wrestler I saw with an undefeated streak, and he was like going over like Rey Mysterio and Chris Benoit and shit. And Eddie Guerrero's last match was actually with Mr. Kennedy. And I was so rattled that Eddie went over Mr. Kennedy he threw the chair at you know, and I was like, oh my God, what a bastard Eddie Guerrero is. He fucked Mr. Kennedy.
Died!
But yeah, I used to really like Mr. Kennedy. I thought he could have been a big star.
He could have been, but then he fucked up that Chris Benoit shit when he was like a fucking disaster on the fucking television interviews for that. That screwed his career. It was done after that.
Yeah.
He was like, well, you know, Chris wasn't really that bad of a guy. Like days after the fucking murder of his wife and children and stuff. And it's like, listen, man, I get it. I agree. I believe I'm a Chris Benoit truther myself, but not the time and place to do that, especially as a PR moment.
Well, I remember everybody on the special the night after was like crying and shit. I think the only person who said anything the day after on that Raw special was William Regal. And Regal was like saying there was something wrong about it, you know. Mm-hmm. But it took a few days before people knew what had actually happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then we have Cody comes out with the new TNT title. It looks way better.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, no, it's nicer. Still don't like the red strap. Not a fan of that candy corn color red or whatever. It shouldn't be licorice red. It should be like a deeper, more like red leather red. I would prefer, but the gold looks nice. I like the mirror finish on the logo. That actually looks pretty cool. You know, there's not a lot of mirror finish belts anymore. Like there never really was. It's just kind of it's a good, unique look. I think it looks good, but
yeah, I wish it wasn't the red strap, but at least it's not as shitty as when it first came out. If it stayed looking like that, oh fuck! But it's good enough. I mean, when you consider how shitty the Universal title looks and the WWE title. I mean, shit. Like, most of the titles in WWE to me don't look good anymore.
No, all the new versions of the titles. I mean, the new US title actually looks pretty good. The MVP one, that one actually looks kind of nice. But
I think that was the one that needed to be fixed the least, though.
It was,
but
well, I thought the IC belt didn't need to get fixed either. It was a classic design. There was no reason to change it. I thought it looked good, but they changed it to like this fucking like cubic. All of them are like either the original, like they're either the big W or they're like this with weird like, you know, hexagonal design thing. Kind of looks like similar to the NXT belts now. I think the best
tag belts are the Spartans, and like I don't.
Those are gonna change soon. I don't think those are gonna stick around. They're probably gonna look like the women's tag titles. Probably they're gonna unify them so they look the same.
Well, it's been those Spartan belts for I think 10 years now.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, no one likes them. Nobody likes them. I don't think the wrestlers like them even. So hopefully it'll change soon. Probably. I mean, Shinsuke debuted the new IC title. He might as well debut the new tag titles. You know, what's the point?
Who the hell is the Intercontinental Champion? Shinsuke?
AJ.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, AJ.
That's right, he beat Bryan on a SmackDown, I guess. Fuck.
I'm not sure what happened, but...
I don't know, man. So then we had Cody versus Scorpio Sky. Mike Chioda was the referee, which was something. He got fired this year after 33 years.
Yeah.
Company, but...
You know, I mean, he's working now, so I'm happy that he's a good referee, so I'm glad he's getting a paycheck. I guess this was the first setup to, like, establish that he's here, and then he was actually into the storyline in the main event, too, because it was like, oh, Mike Chioda was the fucked ref, he's the one who everyone bribes and shit, so, you know, that was part of the story, so I guess they had to set it up here, but, you know, I thought the match was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite of these open challenge matches, but it was a lot better. On average, it was better than most of the other ones, too. So, it isn't saying much.
My problem with the open challenge is it's the same shit every fucking week. It's the same match.
Yeah.
It's, this young up-and-comer is going to fight Cody. Watch as they get a few near falls, no matter who they are, on the supposed top babyface in the company. nearly beat him, make him look like shit, and then Cody wins at the end. So, like, Cody doesn't really go over as looking dominant, but these guys really don't go over either because they still lost.
They still lost. The only one that actually benefited from this was Jungle Boy and Eddie Kingston. I mean, Eddie Kingston came out and cut that fucking great promo, and like that was it. Like he was like sold as a star to me then, but he hasn't been on TV since, which is fucking bizarre. He should be on TV now.
What the fuck are they gonna do with him? I would like to see them put him with the LAX guys.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, he should fucking seduce him away from Chris Jericho. Proud and powerful.
I mean, that's what he was doing before in Impact. They had him with them.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they do that in AEW? Why wouldn't they split him from Jericho and then have the Inner Circle feud with those guys? Maybe, I don't know. Do something because
I think the Inner Circle. I think Hager's gonna stick around with Jericho, but I think Sammy and Hager might stick around with Jericho. But Proud and Powerful need to split off. They don't work with the group. They don't like have the same dynamic.
No, they're not. They're not, like, when they're goofy with them, it hurts them. Whereas when Sammy or Hager does it, it works. But when they do it, it makes them look shitty.
Well, the problem is fucking Ortiz. It's Ortiz, like the fucking big hair one. He's too good at being funny, frankly. And his character's not that he's a funny character. He's supposed to be like a badass, like Puerto Rican, like jailbird or whatever.
But yeah, like Scorpio Sky, I also don't understand this big singles push for Scorpio Sky.
He's like their only black wrestler that's good. That's it. Like, who else is there?
I guess that's it. I just don't think he should have had a world title match this soon. I don't think he should have had a TV title match really either.
Well, he had a world title match like last fall when he was the tag champion. But I guess that was more to put over the tag belts as being on par with the world belts at the time. That was kind of the idea, I'm pretty sure. It was like, in a tag team match, the tag team champions pin the world champion. But in a singles match, the world champion pins the tag team champion. That was the idea. But, since then it hasn't really been built up like that again. But, whatever.
Then there was Brody Lee with the old TNT title on the Tron.
The finish of this match looked like a botch. Like, it looked like Scorpio was supposed to put his leg on the ropes or whatever, but he didn't. And he was, like, going like this the whole time. So I was almost positive he had, like, botched, like, the finish there. But I guess he didn't, so... It just looked weird.
I don't know if it was intentional or what.
I would assume it's part of the story. It's like supposed to be it was supposed to be like the Darby Allin finish, where it looks like a near botch, but it was actually the finish to make it look more real. But with a show filled with botches like this, it probably was not a good idea. But I guess they couldn't have predicted the botches, so it's not their. I don't know. It's kind of their fault, but not really.
Yeah. So I guess they're putting the belt on Mr. Brody Lee next week.
They are.
I think
Saturday.
I think that's the smart thing to do, actually.
No, I'm down for it. I mean, it's weird that they're gonna do it with the vintner, but I guess we should have spoiled people, but who cares? Who gives a shit? I
don't give a shit.
I'm okay with it.
It's all right. I want to see something new. I don't need to see this Cody with the belt anymore. I've seen enough of this.
I thought you got a couple of good matches out of this open challenge thing. You got Eddie Kingston out of it, which is, I think, it's success overall, even if most of the matches I thought weren't very good. I think on average, most of the matches have been pretty bad for this world title, for this TNT championship. But you got Eddie Kingston.
The one that killed it for me was the Sunny Kiss match. Yeah. I mean, at that point, then what does the rub mean? What does it mean?
The rub.
Yeah.
I thought the Jungle Boy match, the Eddie Kingston match was good. I didn't like the Warhorse match too much. I thought that was kind of but at least they got Warhorse on TV, which was what he wanted. So good for the fans of him, I guess. But overall, I consider it a neutral. I don't consider it a failure, but I wouldn't consider it a successful run either. It was just okay. But at least, if they do something with Eddie Kingston that makes it good, I would consider that a good success in and of itself. But I don't think it was good for Cody. I don't think it was good for the challengers.
Yeah, that's about all. I mean, we'll see what Brody Lee does with it. I imagine he's just a transition back to Cody at the pay-per-view.
Maybe. Or it could be that he just holds on to it and, has his cult protect him for it and stuff. And he's like the maniacal hold of the title. No one else can touch it forever. Or until someone, beats all the Dark Order in, order.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with the Dark Order. Putting Colt Cabana in makes it a bit better, I guess, but he's still kind of a jobber and like a lower card guy.
I consider him a straight up mid carder, not a main eventer, but I don't consider him a lower card guy. And he's big in the. If they ever come back to arenas, he'll be big. He's always popular with the fans because it's Colt Cabana, you know. And they keep running shows in Chicago, he'll be popular there forever because it's Colt Cabana. He has a legacy there. What can you do?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess for that audience, he is very popular. It's just I've seen a lot of his comedy shit, and so that's why I think he's a lower card guy. But yeah, in AEW, he is a mid carder. Yes. But other than that, they haven't really added anything to the Dark Order that would make you suggest.
Not yet, but this Saturday, you know who's coming in.
The Vintner.
The fucking Vintner. Imagine the true Dark Order of the dark red wine.
Fuck.
God,
I hope that they make that his gimmick too. I hope that he's an autistic Vintner.
He comes in with the 180
wine. IQ.
It's me, Eric Rowan. I've brewed this perfect bottle of wine for you, Mr. Brody.
Please, God, let that be a segment. He is serving. The whole time he's just on bended knees serving Brody wine. Like, Jesus.
That's good.
Okay, so after this, we had, what the fuck?
Omega and Hangman
Private Party video.
Oh, that's right, yeah. They said the Hardys were their favorite tag team. They showed Jeff Hardy on television. Is he coming to AEW, guys? Oh my God!
Probably not. I would have to guess.
He probably will be, actually, is my guess. But unless I mean, like, he'll probably want to go join Matt, because the way, I mean, like, if I've been in this, like, alcoholic storyline for the last month on WWE TV, I'd want to get out. Like, you know, like, have you seen what they've been doing to him on SmackDown? Like, they literally say, "You're an alcoholic, Jeff. I know you." It's like just rubbing in his face the whole time.
I kind of liked it. They were doing, I think it's better than most of the stories they have.
Well, it's kind of real, but I'm sure he doesn't like enjoy doing it. You know, I'm sure that's kind of shitty for him to have to like listen to people call him a fucking alcoholic all day.
I mean, it's not the first time they've even run that storyline either. Like, they did it with CM Punk and Jeff.
Yeah.
It is.
Let's see.
Then it was the title match, the tag titles. Omega and Page versus Jurassic Express. Mm-hmm. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Once again, my problem with this match is that I knew who was going to win from Jump Street. And I just never bought that Jurassic Express would win the belts. And so...
Yeah. I would have, if it was a non-title match, I thought it would have actually been a better match, because I would have believed that Jurassic Express could have gotten a pin, you know, like a freak pin or something, and they would have set up a title match later, especially on television. But I guess, you know, whatever, they gotta have a title match on the show, so here it is, even though they already had one.
The finish was a bit flat for me. You know, they just kind of hit their finish.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, out of nowhere, there's not a whole lot of build to it. It's just the fucking V-trigger, whatever the fuck, lariat combo. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Match was decent.
I thought the match with the moves were good. I thought the storytelling was okay. The finish just kind of came out of nowhere. The whole show had this problem where I would just get distracted during the matches, where they weren't able to hold me or my friends' interest who were watching, so we just started talking about other shit during the match. And then the finish came, we'd see a cool move, we'd be like, wow, that was cool, and then we'd go back to talking. You know, we weren't engrossed in the story too much, and maybe that's my fault for being distracted, but it might also just be the show's fault for not pulling us in constantly.
Again, I also was distracted, and I found myself fast-forwarding through a lot of the show.
Yeah.
I found myself fucking hitting the fast-forward button and saying, like, I just don't give a shit. Like, I'm 5 minutes into this match. Like, it's not hooking me. Let's see the finish. Okay, it wasn't very good. Moving on. Like,
yeah, that's kind of where. That's usually not how I am with AEW either. Usually AEW at least gets some, like, there's some matches that like actually hook me and I can enjoy, and I'm like enjoying the match as it goes on. But I think this show was kind of a weaker show. Maybe just because I've heard it was really hot.
I think what I like about AEW for the most part is the matches usually aren't that predictable. There's usually, you know, with the booking of it, sometimes there's at least matches you don't know which way they're going to go.
Yeah, there's an
element. But to this week,
besides the main event, which I thought could go either way, I thought most of the show was pretty predictable. And the best segments weren't the match. The best segments were the promos and the talking stuff, and which we will get to in a bit, I guess. But yeah, match was okay. I didn't think it was bad, but I wasn't like hooked. I think in terms of quality wise, it was probably pretty great. But I think the whole show was a little bit off tonight. From what I heard, it was like really fucking hot in Florida this week. It was like 110 degrees, and they're wrestling outside, so maybe the action wasn't able to be as good because of that. But they're professionals; they have to deal with that kind of shit, or they should. Put them inside an interior building. I'm sure there's like interior spaces in that place that they get set
Well,
up.
surely for fuck's sake, they can find a way. Yeah. Like, holy shit.
Or get like some fucking external ACs out there in the ring to like blow air on them during the match. If it's really bad, then for the wrestler's sake, I mean, maybe it's hard with the audio, I guess, but just for their sake, like get a cool down spot run.
Yeah.
It'll be less of an issue going forward now, but what can you do? Santana Ortiz bleach. They've bleached the best friend's clothes.
Okay, but why did the containers have bleach like in big fucking letters?
For the same reason that their milk gallons has the word milk on it, because they can't have the actual brand because copyright issues. But
oh my god,
it'd be one thing if it was like it should have been an old dirty bottle of bleach, and they had like written in Sharpie bleach on it. It's like that's been like this the mom's like bottle. They've had like this prison bottle of bleach that like they like just like throw in and they just keep refilling it or whatever. That would have been made more sense.
That would have worked for them. It just feels like kind of another cartoonish segment.
Yeah.
Some fucking dumb shit for them.
I at least like that they're terrorizing people a little bit more. I mean, it's kind of like pathetic. Like, I'm going to bleach all your clothes or whatever. There wasn't even a payoff to it. Like, they did when the best friends came out later that night. They should have had fucking like bleached clothes on or something. They should have had like
they should have reacted to it at least. I mean, fuck. Like the week before they smashed the van.
Yeah.
So in order to escalate from smashing the van, we're going to bleach their clothes? Wouldn't you bleach the clothes first and then smash the van?
Yeah, I would they should bleach one of them. They should like pour bleach down like their hair or whatever and like dye their hair.
Why don't they pour bleach in the guy's eyes and blind him or fucking make them drink bleach or something?
That'd be good. I'd be down for that. All right. Best segment of the show next. Young Bucks and FDR were in the ring with Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, blah, blah, blah. This is the promo, Tag Team Appreciation Night. This is my favorite part of the show, mostly because I like, Rock and Roll Express. I like Arn. I like fucking Tully Blanchard getting into a fucking fight with fucking Ricky Morton. Like, I enjoyed that part of it, but
I don't know. I kind of was like, they're really sucking each other's dicks hard here. It's like, Young Bucks, you're the Midnight Express of this era, and you're the greatest tag team in the world, and all this shit. And I'm just like, no, they're not. Like, they're not that great. Like, fuck you.
I agree, but then I thought that same, but then Tully Blanchard said that. So that's what hooked me. He was like, yeah, none of you are the greatest. None of you are the champions. You all suck. Go the fuck away. And then it was a ruse because Tully had set the FDR up to fucking attack the Rock and Roll Express to get back at them.
Yeah, no, the cheap attack was really good, and that was the part that saved the segment. And Tully was good in the segment, too. It's just like, fuck, I just couldn't handle... Like, I knew that the Young Bucks were just bringing these guys in to suck their penis, and, like, it was just... I don't know, to me it felt wrong. You have these legends... That part definitely
felt weird, but I think that's kind of like... That was kind of the idea, is to make you feel, like, a little bit weird, and then when Tully starts going off, you're like, yeah, that's right, Tully, you're right, fuck these guys. And then... FTR joins Tully, gets some fucking heat, brother. That's why I enjoyed it. Plus, I just like seeing, I like seeing the old guys, man. I like the Rock and Roll Express. I like Arn Anderson. He's cool. Like the Spine Buster.
Rock and Roll Express can still work. They're fucking doing really well.
I saw him at there was this show in WrestleMania weekend where they wrestled LAX, and fucking Ricky Morton hit a Canadian Destroyer on one of them. And, like, it was this fucking great fucking match that they had with them. It was like, they're fucking still going just great. It was awesome, But I guess they really shouldn't have them wrestle right now. Like, I don't think anyone over the age of 50 should be even on... I don't even think JR should be there right now. Like, if you really believe this COVID shit, which maybe you shouldn't, because maybe it's not real. But if you really believe the COVID shit, like, you should... No one over 50 should be in the fucking building right now. Like, that's bullshit.
Then it was Mike Chioda was interviewed. Then Jericho came in
and said, "Hey, you're gonna do the right thing tonight. I'm gonna pay you off. Otherwise, you're gonna get fired."
Yeah, some shit like this. He said he was going to give Kyoto the signal, and okay.
Yeah, that was the gimmick, and I guess to play into the match later. Next, the women's match of the night. Thankfully, it was only 2 minutes, and it was over. And then I was fine because it was over.
But why is this even on the show? Like, just scrap the fucking division. Like, move on.
Yeah, you're right. I wish they would, but they won't be able. They just won't. It's something that they cannot do at this point. Because if they do, then they'll get too much blowback. So I understand that they have to do it, but at least if they're going to do it, I would like it to be as short as possible and as little as possible. So for me, this is the best outcome. Preferably, this would have been the only thing with women on the show, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Then we had Jake Roberts.
I thought this was less effective than the first week one that they did, where like Archer threw a guy through the ceiling or whatever. This one just kind of felt like a little bit like they're trying to redo it again, and it just wasn't as good. Fucking having Jake being like kind of humiliated with the words on his back was sad and kind of weird. Jake should be like the like not the cunning mentor, but like the calm like mentor of this like monster. He shouldn't be like being bullied by the guy.
No, it was fucking stupid, and like I just don't want to see Jake's body. Like,
no, it was
gross. It was gross, and he's like an old man, and like it was really pathetic, and it doesn't get Archer over for me.
No.
In fact, at this point, like I just say, fuck, just release him. Fuck it.
Well, make him wrestle. Like have him wrestle some fucking matches. I don't care if it's squash matches.
They don't have anything for him. They don't. The whole thing was we're gonna bring him in to do one match with Cody. Wasn't even a feud.
Yeah, that's the thing. They were supposed like the whole like Cody title run. There's been no feuds from it. There was one match with Archer, one match with Hager, which felt like it was gonna build to a feud, but that just nothing came from that. And now one match with everyone else, and then it's gonna be one match with Brody Lee, and that's gonna be it. And it's like, what the fuck do you? Maybe turn him babyface and have him feud with Brody. Big Haas fight. I'd watch that.
I think they're gonna turn Cody heel. To be honest, I think that's what they're fucking.
You could turn Cody heel, yeah, but I was saying like turn fucking Lance Archer babyface and have him feud with Brody Lee. I'd watch that.
I'd like to see that. They're not going to do that though.
Lance Archer is kind of like actually like a natural babyface. I mean, like he's a big guy heel, but like if he like starts doing cool shit, like same with Brian Cage. Like, I know Brian Cage is a heel too, but like in actuality, watching a big guy do cool shit is like enjoyable. Like that should be a babyface.
No, Brian's a natural babyface. Brian Cage is, especially because he's a bit shorter.
Yeah.
I really am disappointed with what they've done with Cage. He wasn't even on television this week.
No, he wasn't, and neither was. I mean, Taz was on there, but like, where's Ricky Starks? Where's like their new thing going? They should be doing something, and they're not. And you were right; they like dropped the ball with him when they didn't have him win the belt.
Fucking just pathetic, to be honest. Because again, I really think that Archer, they could have done something with him in the last couple of years of his career, but they just don't give a shit. So. Again, he's old, but Cage has a whole career ahead of him that they just don't seem to give a shit about either.
I guess it's just,
they don't like these bigger guys.
I read an article somewhere, and that they're not pushing guys right now because there's no fans. They want to wait till fans come in to get the guys actually like really, really over. So they're not doing stuff with Brian Cage. Why bother
even doing shows then? Just cancel all the shows then.
I guess they have to make money, and they want to make sure the wrestlers have like jobs and like get paychecks and stuff. But like I kind of agree. Like they should then fine. They just like they're just like it seems like they're just circling the wagons right now. That's why they're not building feuds really. They're not doing a lot of stuff. They're having their MJF stuff, but like I'm sure they'd rather have MJF in an arena with fans to do that. I guess they were hoping that it would be their time by like the end of August, but the way things are going, we're not gonna have fucking shows with fans till like mid next year. Is my guess, unless we find like some kind of miracle cure. So.
So then we had a preview of what they're going to do next week.
The Saturday show or whatever. FTR versus Private Party, Omega and the Bucks versus Reynolds, Silver and Angels. Or whatever his fucking name is. Dark Order. The finals of the women's tag team tournament. Darby Allin. This is actually should be a good match. Lucha Brothers, Butcher and Blade. And versus Jurassic Express and Natural Nightmares. That actually looks like a good match. Like I probably am gonna enjoy that one a lot.
I don't know. It has clusterfuck written all over it. I know you like that, but I think it's going to be a clusterfuck.
Oh, it will be a clusterfuck. But I do enjoy the Lucha Bros and I do enjoy the Butcher and the Blade. More specifically, I enjoy the Walrus. So I will be happy to watch a clusterfuck, even if it's just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Jericho Cassidy
Okay,
match.
so the one thing, so it's Cassidy and Jericho main event, right?
Yes.
Here's what I don't like. Cassidy is supposed to be perceived as a credible threat to Jericho or a main event guy, but his record is 7-5. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not, and Jericho's record is like 8-1. So why is Cassidy even getting this match? Like, why? Because of the story, I guess.
They did build it up in storyline, like Jericho demanded a match at this point. But yeah, no, he shouldn't have gotten a rematch. He's been losing a lot, but I guess he got his win back here. Now he's 8-5. I'm not even sure where he lost. I guess he lost to Jericho and he lost to Pac. And I guess he must have. Where did those other 3 losses even come from? I'm not sure, but doesn't wrestle a lot that much. But he's doing. I'll say this. I think this match, I didn't really mind that too much, because I think this match was going pretty good, but I thought it was kind of slow. It wasn't nearly as good as their first match. Jericho was looking really bad. He was looking old. Cassidy was working pretty good. Cassidy has great punches. I can't deny he has some great fucking work punches. Some of the best I've seen in like this modern like crop of wrestlers. It's something. I mean, like if you can only do one thing, a good work punch might as well be it. Like it was pretty good. He gets us some good stuff. He did the same. He did the repeat of the spot with the fake out into a super kick again. But I mean, Jericho just looked fucked this whole match. He looked hot. He looked blown up. Probably because he was playing at Sturgis all week last time, and like up until like fucking Tuesday. He's probably like worn out from driving back, and probably was partying and doing coke and blow all night. But I don't think this was a good match. I think it was okay. I
was really excited for this match. I was really hyped for this match. I really loved the first match.
Yeah.
Thought awesome, and I'm into it. Like I'm into the story, and I like it. But Jericho looks like shit. He looks like every bit of 50 years old in this match.
Mm-hmm.
And again, yeah, he looked bloated. He looked slow. Cassidy looks good. Like I like it, but the finish was fucked, and it was botched.
It was botched. It was a fucking like you botched this finish. It's like the most important move of the match. Actually, it's like this roll up has to look good. When it first happened, Jericho should have kicked out. And they should have tried it again or done something different. They should have done a call on the spot. I know that was the plan, was to do that roll up as the finish.
Yeah.
But they should have done something else. And once it like fucked up, he should have realized, I need to kick out of this, and we'll do something else. Whatever it would end up being. Maybe like Cassidy just do a regular roll up or whatever. But still, like, I mean, I've seen Cassidy do this move correctly. And it's like one of his finishes. It's like the mousetrap, like roll up or whatever. It's like a pinning combination. It's like an old school like wrestling move,
Yeah, but what is Orange Cassidy's finishing move? The Superman punch?
It's this mousetrap. This is like his finishing maneuver. It's like his submission. It's his fucking pinfall.
But that's fucking terrible.
It is terrible.
It's fucking terrible.
It's like, oh, this guy comedy guy. He should have like a real move, like be his finisher. He should have done something crazy, like he should have done like a fucking Burning Hammer or something crazy. Like that would have been made more sense. But I guess they're gonna do a roll up finish. You might as well make it a cool looking roll up. But it was just fucked. Jericho fucked it up. It was Jericho's fault that got fucked up. He went back instead of going forward, and the whole thing just went wrong. And like it just, like it was the most important. It was the most important part of the match, actually. That finish, because it was supposed to be. It should be clear that like, oh, Jericho. I mean, like it was a fluke win, but Jericho still fucked up. This one just looked like stupid. It just looked wrong.
Yeah, the first match had so many good false finishes. Like it was fucking. Really well done.
The difference is this match was live, that match was taped. They should just tape all their shows. They should just stop doing these live shows. I'm sorry. Like if the live shows the live shows sound worse, they have worse quality matches, and they're not as good. They should just be taping these shows right now. I mean, there's no reason to not. Like just have them come in on Tuesday and tape the fucking shows. Why the fuck even bother going live? I don't care. I mean, if it gets out like a day in advance, it's one thing. I mean, but they're doing like half taped anyway, so the spoilers for next week are already out, so it doesn't combat that. But like a day in advance, I wouldn't even know there were AEW spoilers, Like, just tape these fucking shows, man.
Yeah, and this match really killed the show for me because I was so excited for it.
I agree.
And then it's just. And also, like, they didn't have to have these guys come out and Hager come and do the fucking move on him. And, like, I didn't buy that as the finish because Hager didn't even really hit a finisher on him. He fucking hit him with a slam. What was that?
I don't even know what Hager's finisher is, but I think whatever it is, it wasn't that, and it just didn't look that good.
Wasn't his finisher the ankle lock? Hasn't it always been the fucking ankle lock or the swagger bomb? For fuck's sake.
Yeah, no, you're right. I agree. But I thought that actually the run-in stuff was pretty okay. I didn't think it was too bad, but it wasn't that great, and it probably didn't need to happen, but it happened, and then the match fucked up. It wasn't even that good of a match before the fucked finish, and then the fucked finish kind of killed it for me. But I mean, I'm still happy Cassidy won. They should maybe try and do it again to complete the trilogy.
I think that he should have just won the first match.
Yeah, probably. That should have been the idea, but at least he won. He did win this match, and I guess maybe they're going to do one more match probably at the pay-per-view is my guess, because they can't get Mike Tyson.
I would have liked to see it reversed, where in the first match Cassidy catches him with a roll-up. Second match, Jericho wins dirty to get his pride back. Third match, Cassidy overcomes it. I understand that the way they're telling it is the way that you're probably supposed to, where the bad guy wins, then the good guy gets the redemption, and then he prevails in the end. Or maybe Jericho will prevail in the end. I don't know. I think that Cassidy is probably the best guy that they've got going. He's the only guy where Surfer will pay attention and be like, oh, this guy's good. I like him. So I take that into consideration.
I think same thing with my friends, with my friends who have only finally got to start watching wrestling this year with AEW. They wouldn't watch Raw or SmackDown or NXT or anything because it was fucking too much to get into. But I managed to hook them on AEW, and their guys that they like the most are Ray Phoenix and Pentagon, fucking Lucha Bros, Jericho, MJF, and Orange Cassidy. Those are the four. They don't feel that way about Young Bucks. They don't feel that way about Omega. They kind of feel that way about Hangman, but Hangman's kind of been iffy right now. They definitely don't feel that way about Cody. He seems to me to be the best chance of he seems like a breakout star of the company. Him and MJF the two guys who have gotten the most over.
Those are the two guys that you got to build it around, and I'd say Brian Cage, and you have something.
That's what they're building around right now. But this match just wasn't good, and it wasn't Orange's fault. It was Chris's fault, but it was actually the company's fault for running this match at this time live. They shouldn't have done it. They should have just done a tape match, and they should have fucking, maybe done it a couple weeks later. I don't know, but they'll do another match, I'm sure. This is probably not the end of the feud. And I hope the last one is
$7,000 stipulation, I never felt
I just felt
that really mattered.
It's just a word. Honestly, this was worse. The debate last week was way better. The debate last week was fucking awesome. That, if that was that should have just been their match.
It's the first time you saw Cassidy talk, and the global warming thing was kind of funny,
And fucking Bischoff actually was kind of good on television in the first time in probably 20 years, and it was actually a good segment, and it got me really excited for this match. But this match just didn't deliver, and I'm sure they're gonna do another match at the pay-per-view. I'm sure that's the plan right now. And I just hope it's good. I hope that they manage to get something good out of it, but I'm doubtful.
I think that the all-out pay-per-view will probably be pretty good. I think with what they've got lined up for it, you're going to have Moxley and MJF. But here's the thing about that match. It probably won't even be that good because Moxley is always under-delivering. He's always fucking... I always think with these Moxley matches that they're going to be good, but the only one that's really been good is the Brody Lee match, right?
Yeah, that's basically been it. But that was his only pay-per-view match besides... Well, his first win over Chris Jericho was good. The Chris Jericho match was pretty... The first pay-per-view match, I thought that was okay. It wasn't great, but it was
okay. You had him against who else was it? Fucking Omega. Those matches were okay.
I thought the first the death match one they did at the fucking whatever Full Gear whatever. I thought that one was pretty good. But I like that kind of match. I like fucking death matches.
So it'll be Moxley and MJF. That'll probably be decent. You'll have Brody Lee and Cody, I imagine. I think that'll probably be good.
Probably. I don't know who Hangman and Omega are going to feud against. It might be FTR at that point, but I imagine FTR versus Young Bucks is going to be the match on that show. So whoever the tag title is, I'm not sure. Maybe Dark Order.
I would do FTR versus Young Bucks, and I would do Omega and Hangman versus the Lucha Brothers.
I could do Lucha Brothers. Yeah, I'd be down for that. That'd be pretty good. Maybe Butcher and Blade too. I'd be okay with either of them. Or maybe it's going to be a three-way: Young Bucks versus the Hangman and Page versus FTR. That might be what they do. I'm not sure, but I don't know what the tag title picture is going to look like. I don't know what that is going to be. I imagine it's going to be. I think it's going to be Shida versus Thunder Rosa. It looks like. is the idea.
Oh, fuck.
That's who this new debut person is.
Well, shit, I don't know. It could be an okay card. It could be shit.
I mean,
we'll see.
The stories the matches will probably be good. Probably be Jericho Orange Cassidy, and hopefully it'll be Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in like a fucking, you know, like drone match or whatever in fucking Hardy compound. But we'll see. Well, they've already said it's gonna be like a regular match, right?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do. I'd like to see some stipulation for Jericho and Cassidy.
It'll probably be something. I don't know if it'll be a street fight, but maybe like, you know, maybe hair versus hair or something silly like that. But
yeah, something like that. But yeah, I think that's about all we've got for this one.
Yeah, there's no like, there's not. I don't know if they're gonna do like a Stadium Stampede style match this time because like they did it last time and they haven't shown any inclination of wanting to do it again. It'd probably be nice to have something like that again, like a non like wrestling match. But I think people are kind of sick of them at this point too, which is kind of a shame. But we'll see.
Well, WWE is overexposing it with the Money in the Bank match, the fucking Swamp match, all this fucking the greatest match. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's been a lot of those. But we'll see what happens. The Bone
SummerSlam is next week.
Yep, and so is NXT TakeOver. So NXT TakeOver is going to go head-to-head with an AEW Dynamite. I don't really know what that's going to mean, but I'll probably watch TakeOver and Dynamite. I'll probably watch TakeOver and switch over to Dynamite, switch over to TakeOver once Dynamite's finished.
Yeah. I've got a VPN now, so I can have the network, you know.
Oh, you couldn't have the network?
No, so in Canada, you the only way you can get the network is to buy a TV channel called WWE Network, where you don't even get the library on demand. You literally just get like a set block hour of shows every day, like the same shit every day. And you get like the pay-per-view.
That's bullshit.
And you have to have a cable television subscription. Okay. And it's like $15. Okay?
Dude, fuck that. It's $9.99 here. Like, it's what the fuck?
So like I just said fuck it, and I've decided to pay $9 for a VPN and $9 for the network, and I'm paying $20 instead of $15, but at least I get the whole library of content.
That's bullshit.
And I don't, you know.
What the fuck? Like, why the fuck would they do that?
Well, it's because they signed a deal with the television companies in Canada for them to throw them like hundreds of millions of dollars to make it exclusive to the TV companies. So you have to pay $100 cable subscription to have your one fucking channel that you watch. Like,
well, it proves once again that Canada sucks.
It really fucking does, man. You know, it's just fucking terrible. So at least I'll be able to watch the show in good quality this Sunday. It's not going to be fucking going on WooTube and it crashes for fucking the 9th time. And
no, I'm not a big. I mean, WooTube at least it's a service you can watch stuff on it, but like I don't like the fucking timer. It's fucking a disaster.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll stream it on let's say iTunes or whatever, but I'm not sure. We'll see how long SummerSlam goes. We'll probably do like a post show, 5 pounds of Gunt, right? Like I imagine we'll have to.
Yeah, no, I think as soon as SummerSlam ends, we'll cover SummerSlam, and we may get to the AEW from the night before. I don't know if we'll be able to cover TakeOver as well, because it just depends how, you know, if you have to work in the morning or what the fuck.
I probably will have to work in the morning, but I mean, it's whatever. I don't work till like 9, so I don't have to. But it depends on how long
we'll do that show.
If SummerSlam goes to like fucking 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., then yeah, maybe not. But you know,
hopefully we can cover everything. We did it last time with Extreme Rules. We covered Extreme Rules and AEW, and we did it in a pretty timely fashion.
We did pretty good, but that was also Extreme Rules, which was not going to be SummerSlam, which will be live from the Amway Center this time. They're in the bigger building, bitches, and they're gonna have the virtual crowd. Did you hear about this? They're gonna get they're gonna get like a graphical crowd where like you can put
shit, like they have the
sports, yeah.
Some of the shit.
They're gonna have like you can like send in a video of yourself watching and stuff, and you'll be put on the screen.
I'm gonna show you. I fucking killed this spider while I was fucking. Look at this fucker.
Oh, fuck that bitch.
He was a big fucker.
Good job.
You know. Jesus. But yeah, I think it'll be a good show next week. People have told me never to do this show again. Fuck those people. who are like, he's a pedophile and all this.
Oh,
and,
yeah. No, that's bullshit.
You know, they're going to try and give me bullshit. They're going to try and give me bullshit, Ralph, this week is, you said that Dick Masterson was defending pedophiles and you're with Gahoole. Fuck you guys. I want to talk my wrestling. You guys can all suck my cock.
The difference is that I've never actually defended pedophilia. I've just been harassed and accused by the FBI. Whereas Dick Masterson has actually defended pedophilia. That's a difference. It's a big fucking difference. Is that I've been harassed.
Fucking difference.
I've been harassed for writing
I don't
a website.
Give a shit.
I'm like, if you don't fucking, no one's gonna call Josh from Kiwi Farms a fucking pedo, but I'm sure he's been rated for shit before too. Like, doesn't mean he's done anything wrong. Like, I've just been fucked, man, by some person who hates my guts. It's nothing, but I will never defend actual pedophilia because it's fucked up and wrong, including Lolicon. Lolicon's fucked up and wrong.
You tell them, Gahoole. You fucking tell them. Tell them.
I don't care what arguments you use, okay? Sexuality is a learned behavior, including pedophilia. Lolicon, even if you try and argue it's not actually pedophilia, guess what? It's at minimum a gateway. It is a guaranteed gateway to actually becoming a pedophile. There's no way around it. Like, first of all, you are a pedophile for watching it. But even if you don't believe you are, guess what? One day you're going to become one. Because it's fucked up and wrong.
Yeah.
You're inhibiting your own brain.
Chat, don't hire Nick Rekieta and you'll be fine, Gahoole. As long as you don't hire Nick Rekieta.
I've hired a good, real lawyer who actually knows what he's doing, so I'm fine. Plus, I'm innocent, so I'm fine. Like, what the fuck? I just don't have a PC for the next couple of months because of it, which sucks. But, you know.
Yeah. At least they left you your pop fucking stand.
Oh, yeah, my fucking microphone. They didn't take my mic, but they took my computer it was attached to, so that's excellent. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the show. We went through without covering my allegations until the very end, so I appreciate that. Hopefully,
fuck, we have to. Every show, I have to mention it. By the way, breaking news: the co-host is accused of crimes.
No. Yeah, no,
it's only a matter of time until somebody tries to do the same thing to me. I'm sure. So.
I hopefully it won't happen. Hopefully you'll be fine. But especially since you're not running a website or anything, so your IP isn't out there as much, and your info isn't as much out there. So you should hopefully be fine. But always be careful, man. You never know what the fuck's gonna happen. I mean, this is happening because some fucking...
Yeah, I know. I'm dealing with some real fucking greasy fuckers now. They're just starting to get real desperate and lashing out. And, like, have you heard the latest that I'm an Antifa member? I'm the leader of Antifa.
Okay,
there.
Okay, I believe that one.
And I work for a homosexual charity called Hope Not Hate or some shit like this.
I believe that. I definitely believe that PPP, known cow and Kiwi Farms user, is an SJW, actually, guys. Trust me.
Yeah, no, for sure there, guys. I just, I have Surfer as a roommate, but yeah. Fuck me. What can you do? It's just Randbot going on his schizophrenic ramblings about shit,
I don't know. I can't keep up with all this shit, man. I just like watching wrestling and like doing normal shit. I can only keep up with all this cow stuff for so long before it just drives me insane and like I lose my brain. And that's
Look,
where I'm at.
I've been trying to fucking watch WrestleMania 4 now for like 5 days, okay? And every day I fucking sit down and I get ready and I hit play and I get to watch maybe one match of the tournament. And then you know what happens? I get a phone call on Discord from somebody, or a sex tape is released, or fucking some crazy shit's happening, or Dick's defending pedophiles on Twitter, and I have to pause WrestleMania 4. I have to go deal with this. The whole day is ruined. Then the next day, I buy my thing of popcorn. I get the movie theater popcorn delivered. I sit down. I'm ready to watch it. And I'm just watching the Randy Savage match. And then Godwinson calls. And
it's over.
Like, oh my. And it's over. So I don't know when I'm ever going to get through this show. But, God bless you. I'm going to try.
You'll do
I'm trying
it one
to marathon all the WrestleManias in a row. But it's fucking impossible.
You can't even get through 4. It's been like a week and a half. And you can't even get through fucking 4 because of all this bullshit. Dude.
I'm just getting fucked. And that's just the way it is. So hopefully it calms down. But it probably won't. It's probably just going to keep escalating.
It's just the beginning of the tide. I mean, we've roped fucking Digitranny, fucking Dick Masterson, fucking Ralph. Who else is left on their side to get roped in? I hope Don Jolly stays out of this because he's a cool dude. He doesn't deserve, but he's offline basically all the time right now. But hopefully,
I really hope that the creator of Earthworm Jim doesn't show up to defend like fucking pedophiles.
I don't think he will. He's pretty hardcore Christian.
You know, like, but Dick wanted him to come on. Like, did you hear Dick's gambit? Like, he wants to do a 6v1 where I come on to debate him, Ethan Ralph, Nick Rekieta, the creator of Earthworm Jim, Dame Pesos, and Gator at the same time.
Wait, you got Doug Tennapel on it too? Why? Does he even care about this shit?
No!
What the fuck?
I never really thought I would ever speak to the creator of Earthworm Jim, let alone talk to him about why we should let pedophiles masturbate to children.
God, what the fuck? It's so fucking weird. He must just.
What the fuck is going?
I don't think that's.
What is going on?
I don't think that's something he would defend because he's like a pretty like hardcore like Christian. Like he got in trouble for being so hardcore Christian. Like I can't understand why he would ever like come on board unless Dick is just lying to him about what he's going on to defend or whatever.
Well, yeah, I don't think he really has any idea what's going on. You know.
Yeah.
I imagine he's busy being the creator of Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim 4 is coming out or something, you know? Like, he's probably making a fucking video game.
Yeah, I don't know. Isn't that coming out for some weird console that...
Yeah, it's a new Intellivision.
Oh, fuck. It's gonna be a scam. It's never coming out.
No, it is. It's got iPods for controllers.
What?
It's got iPods for controllers. Yeah, like I use like old like dial like switch iPods that you like scroll through and stuff.
No.
And they're motion control for like you wag them like a Wii remote.
I don't know. Every time they try and come out with this shit, like there was like a ColecoVision Chameleon, there was like the fucking like Ataris coming out with one.
That's a scam. This is probably also going to be a scam. But at least they have a game for it. At least they had like a couple of games they showed off for it. But the idea is that like the controllers are like kind of like phones, and like you can just use your phone as a controller. So like everyone already has a second controller if they come over, which isn't actually a bad idea for like a game console. Like if you can like just use like your cell phone as a controller for shit, like for like smaller party games, that just makes a ton of sense. Like that should be something that like all consoles should have. But you know, I'm not gonna buy a fucking Intellivision for that shit.
Well, I remember, even the Xbox 360 had this with the game. Remember, You Don't Know Jack? Did you ever play that game?
Oh yeah. They still have those games. They have fucking Jackbox or whatever. And it's the same thing. You can use your phone for a controller there.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of PS4 games that did that too. And I think like all like simple party games with like basic control should have that as a feature because it just makes sense. That way you don't have to fucking go out and buy a shit ton of controllers to play a game.
Yeah. But you were getting way off track, and I think we're over time. So
yeah, we are over time.
I'll let you go.
Unless I guess we'll open up questions. Does anyone have questions in the chat? We'll give you like 2 minutes to ask them. I feel like we don't ever look at the chat here because we're too busy rambling about wrestling. But if anyone has actual questions, feel free to ask. Let's see. Kind of surprised Doug hasn't disavowed them. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
They pulled me back in, Gahul.
God.
Fuck, man. I'm lucky I even managed to get this fucking show in this week. Thank God. Okay, the fucking ex-boyfriend came out with another stream this afternoon, and I was like, oh my... You know, he's going to drop another bombshell, and the show is going to be canceled. But no, it was a nothing burger, so I was able to fucking do this show.
Thank God. Thank God. It's like the one thing, like I'm okay to like come on and like laugh at the drama, but like all I care about is doing like this wrestling show and like my movie club. That's like the only things I actually like give a shit about besides the board.
Well, I think it's the most fun show I do because you know just nobody else gives a shit about pro wrestling, so it's like
this is the nice
to have the discourse.
We're not here like yelling and screaming at each other. We're just having here and talking about something we enjoy. It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice, comfy.
Did you watch?
You know, and there's only like 20 people here. You know, it's not like there's fucking 1,000 Kiwi Spurgs and fucking like, cow tars. No, you're not doing it the way I would, PPP. You're not doing it the way I would.
Nobody
cares. It's like, what the fuck, man? Like, why don't you do it then? I don't know.
Did you watch New Japan Strong this week?
No, I didn't.
I haven't been watching it, and I canceled my New Japan subscription because my money's been tight this month. I might pick it up again, like, in a couple months once I have more money. Because I had to buy a laptop, and I had to buy some other shit, too. I had to buy I had to buy some more SD cards and hard drives and stuff for, like, my fucking, movies and game collection or whatever. To try and rebuild some of this stuff. So I'm a little bit out of money.
No, it's sad, Gahool, that I don't think you can come to Cuba with us because you're American.
I think I can. I thought they opened... Oh, no, I can't anymore. That's right, they closed the border.
Yeah, they fucked it up. I don't know. I think Obama made it so you guys could go, but then Trump might have changed it back. I don't know. But, I don't know. Me and Godwinson and Croc, Surfer, we're all going to Cuba.
That sounds nice.
Maybe even Janitor Josh will make an appearance. I doubt it, though, because he's also American.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but... You can't do it.
I couldn't even imagine hanging out with Josh. It would just be kind of weird. Oh.
That's kind of how I felt when I was hanging out with Mark in New York. It was weird.
It was with
weird.
Crowd, it'll be kind of fun, We'll just bully Crowd.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be a fun time, man. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Will the show stay on this day and hour? Probably not the same hour every week. I'm guessing the hour's going to change week to week. I don't think it's going to be consistent time, but it's going to be every Sunday. Hopefully, we can keep it back on Sunday. We don't have to change the days.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it Sunday at 7, but the problem is so much shit is going on in both of the universes. Now, it'll settle down in about a month, and then we'll be like, oh, it's so boring.
But even if it settles down, like the wrestling shows and stuff with like my personal life, like I don't know if it's gonna always be the same time because like depending on when SummerSlam ends, it could be whenever. Depending on if there's another pay-per-view, it's like it's gonna change pretty frequently the time. But around sometime in the evening between like 6 and 10 p.m. my time central, so 7-11 your time Eastern. It's good, legit good. Well, hopefully when I get New Japan World again, I'll watch New Japan Strong. I heard it's like an hour show or something, and it's good, so I'll watch it. I mean, that'll be fine.
Well, maybe I'll give it a watch. I don't know.
It's like a combination of like their like some like backlog shows and like their live shows from Japan, and then like they have some American dojo shows they do too. So it's kind of like a and it's live every week or like Friday. It's for like an hour. So.
Oh.
Cool. Would I take a Shibata?
You say, would you take a Shibata headbutt?
No, I don't want to die. I don't want him to die. I mean, I probably could survive one, but he can't survive any more headbutts, dude. That guy's fucked. Did you ever watch Shibata versus Okada from Sakura Genesis?
No, I never saw it.
That's a great fucking match. If you're gonna go back and watch one New Japan match, it should be that one. It's like actually like one of my favorite matches. He like literally kills himself. He hits his head so hard in that match from like headbutting Okada that he paralyzes himself in the match.
I've written it down. I think he'd have some trouble headbutting you because you have like a cranium that's thick.
It's true. I do have a very thick, wide skull.
And he just would get blown out, bro.
He would.
He tried to headbutt you, he'd get blown out. Would you take a Caminito teabag?
No. I'm not.
What is that?
I don't. That's beyond me. You've lost me in the lore of wrestling. I'm not that smart. I'm sorry. I'm not that smart. You've caught me. I'm a fake wrestling fan. I don't know what a Caminito teabag is.
Fraud. Phony. Liar.
I'm a fraud.
I guess that's it.
Yep, I am done. So we will call it a night. Thanks for coming out, PPP. We'll see ya. See you next week. Hopefully nothing happens between now and then. I'll be here. Hopefully you will be too. Hopefully nothing happens. So.
I'll see you next week, man.
Okay, I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Shit.